Job is the central figure of the story, a man known for his pure heart, strong faith, and integrity. Honest, humble, prayerful, disciplined, and deeply God-fearing. Job represents a righteous man whose faith is tested without warning. Strong spiritual life. Loves his family deeply. Never stops believing in God even in pain. Job moves from joy and wealth, sudden loss, intense suffering, confusion, spiritual wrestling, humility, restoration. Job is the type of character who doesn't pretend to be strong. He cries, questions, and mourns, but still refuses to abandon God.
In the ancient land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. He was faithful, honorable, and deeply blessed.
Master Job, the fields are flourishing again.
Give thanks to God. Every blessing comes from him.
Job's family celebration. Job was not only wealthy, he was rich in family. His children lived in joy, and their home was filled with laughter.
Father, come and eat with us.
My heart is full seeing you all happy.
Job's sacrifice and prayer. Even in his blessings, Job never forgot God. Every morning he prayed, not only for himself, but for his children.
Lord, if my children have sinned in their hearts, forgive them. Keep them close to you.
God, the sovereign King of heaven. God is the ultimate authority in the story. He is presented as holy, powerful, and wise beyond human understanding. Personality, just, wise, all-knowing, patient, and powerful. God allows Job's testing, not to destroy him, but to prove the depth of his faith and reveal divine wisdom. Has complete control over all creation. Knows Job's heart. Speaks with authority from the whirlwind. Important detail. God does not explain everything to Job, but he reveals his greatness, reminding Job that his plan is beyond human thinking. God's presence in the story represents divine purpose even when life feels unfair. But far beyond the earth, a battle was forming in the heavens. Satan appeared before God, and Job's name was mentioned.
Have you considered my servant Job? He serves you because you bless him. Take it away, and he will curse you.
And suddenly, the peace of Job's life shattered. Raiders attacked his servants and stole everything.
Three guys up here! Leave none alive! Take it down the line!
Fire from heaven destroys sheep. Before Job could even breathe, another disaster struck. Fire fell from the sky and consumed his flocks.
Master, the oxen are gone, the servants killed! Fire from the sky took the sheep!
Chaldeans steal camels. And again, thieves came like shadows in the night. Job's camels were taken, and his servants killed.
These belong to us now!
House collapse. Job's children die. But the worst blow was yet to come. A mighty wind struck the house where Job's children feasted, and the house collapsed, killing them all.
Master, a mighty wind struck the house!
Job mourns but worships. Job's heart broke, yet he did not curse God.
And the Lord has taken
Instead,
away.
he worshipped.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Satan, the accuser/enemy of faith. Satan is the antagonist of the story. He appears as a spiritual being whose mission is to challenge righteousness and destroy trust in God. Proud, jealous, manipulative, and cruel. Satan accuses Job of serving God only because of blessings. Uses suffering as a weapon. Believes humans only worship God for rewards. Constantly seeks to prove people will abandon God under pressure. Satan is responsible for Job's losses, disasters, and physical suffering, but he operates only under God's permission.
He still holds on, but strike his body, then he will curse you. Very well, but you must not take his life.
Job struck with boils. And suddenly, Job's body became covered with painful sores. He who once lived in comfort, now sat in ashes.
God, give me strength, even in this pain.
Job's wife is a tragic character who suffers too. She loses her children, her home, and her stability. Bitter, broken, emotionally overwhelmed, she becomes the voice of despair and hopelessness. Curse God and die. Speaks from pain, not wickedness. Represents the human struggle of grief. She symbolizes how suffering can break someone's spirit and make them lose hope. She is not described as evil, she is simply crushed. Job's wife could no longer endure the suffering. Her faith collapsed under pain, but sorrowful.
Curse God and die! What is the point of this?
Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?
Then Job's friends came, but when they saw him, they could barely recognize him.
Job, is that truly you? How could this happen?
After days of silence, Job finally spoke, and his words were filled with pain.
Why was I born? Why did life come to me, only to bring suffering?
The three friends of Job. These men begin as comforters but later become accusatory. Eliphaz the Temanite. Eliphaz is often seen as the oldest and most confident of the friends. Calm, wise-sounding, traditional, and self-assured. He argues that suffering is always the result of sin. Speaks like a philosopher. Uses personal experiences and visions. Believes God punishes evil immediately. He assumes Job must have secret sin. Eliphaz represents people who think they understand God completely.
Job, the innocent do not suffer like this. Search your heart.
I have done nothing to deserve this pain.
Bildad the Shuhite. Bildad is more harsh and blunt than Eliphaz. Logical, rigid, judgmental, impatient. He insists God is always fair, so Job must deserve punishment. Quotes tradition and history. Defends God's justice strongly. He values rules over compassion. Bildad represents people who speak truth without love.
If you were pure, God would restore you. Repent!
You speak like a stranger, not a friend.
Zophar the Naamathite. Zophar is the most aggressive of the three friends. Hot-tempered, proud, harsh, condemning. He accuses Job directly and pushes him to confess. Speaks with anger. Believes Job deserves worse. He lacks mercy and patience. Zophar represents those who quickly judge people in suffering.
God is punishing you less than you deserve! Enough! My soul is crushed already!
Yet even in pain, Job held on to hope. His faith refused to die.
Even if he slays me, yet will I trust him! I know my Redeemer lives.
Elihu, the younger speaker. Elihu appears later in the story, after the three friends failed to convince Job. Intelligent, passionate, confident, and outspoken. He criticizes both Job and the three friends, saying they misunderstood God. Believes suffering can be a form of correction or instruction. Tries to defend God's righteousness. Difference from others. Elihu is not as insulting as the three friends, but he is still very bold. Elihu represents youthful zeal and spiritual intensity.
You friends condemn Job wrongly. And Job, you must not accuse God of injustice.
Then the impossible happened. God himself answered Job from a whirlwind.
Who is this that darkens my counsel with words without knowledge?
God reminded Job that his wisdom is beyond human understanding.
Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you understand.
Job finally understood. He did not receive all answers, but he saw the greatness of God.
I spoke of things I did not understand. I repent in dust and ashes. You have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has.
God was not angry with Job, but he was angry with the friends who judged him wrongly. And Job, instead of holding bitterness, prayed for those who hurt him.
Lord, forgive them, open their hearts, and restore them.
And then, God restored Job. He gave him twice what he lost.
Job, God has blessed you again.
His mercy is greater than my suffering.
God blessed Job with a new family, and his home was filled with joy again.
We have been given another chance.
God is faithful, even after the storm.
Welcome back!
Thank you! It's good to be home.
We've missed you all.
And Job lived a long life. He saw generations after him, and his story became a lesson for all time. Faith may be tested, but God never forgets his people.
Grandfather, tell us the story again.
Ah, my child. It is a story of pain.
Just like how Job said, it is a story of pain and a story of God's restoration. Kindly subscribe to the channel for more unique messages like this from Daystar Art Studio. Like, comment, and hit the subscribe button.
Voice cracked, then gone. I sat in the driveway, engine humming on. Where were you in the sirens? Where were